not really the sneaky type. I could have gotten my hour in, but my moral conscience got the better of me this time. I don't like lying to them, just makes things worse if you get caught. Can't risk being restricted any more than I already am. Plus, I still feel the need to ask permission. Or whatever. Figured they'd be open to it. We first visited Oneiros when I was much younger. My dad wanted to be the conductor on a steam-powered train. Mom and I tagged along for the free ride. It was moderately amusing. Dad had a blast. Since then, my parents made it a point to go to Oneiros for my birthday or other special occasions. Most people do. It's generally easier, cheaper, and safer to do a sim of whatever activity is on the menu. I mean, visiting the Hagia Sophia, I'm sure, is more breathtaking in real life, but the wait period alone to leave New Osaka would spoil the milk. My parents are auditors. From time to time, certain faux or fabs cease to function normally, and after the hardware work is done and their protocols are reset, they have to pass the scrutiny of a human to be reintegrated into the workforce, decommissioned, reassigned, or worse, auctioned off to a free zone. They get a lot of work too, doing the same for newer systems. Despite this age of wonder, where technology does everything for us, somewhere in the chain, human involvement is essential, mandatory by law in our country. I guess to prevent another Luna situation or worse, they met over the wire through a work program for a former employer. Through layoffs, mergers, and buyouts, they had managed to stay employed and live a lifestyle stable enough to be granted permission to have me. There's a myriad of factors that go into breeding. Genetic quality, economic status, IQ levels. Different countries have different standards. Except the Republic, they're a little too free with the body over there if you ask me. Little too free with everything, honestly. Which is odd. Most all-Earth governments have some form of breeding restrictions in place, but the ones that don't, the people there wind up not breeding as much as you think they would. Strange. They're both cored as well and spent their birth credit responsibly. Getting a sky-level family unit pod in New Osaka, not cheap. They knew early on they were able to breed, but spent enough time together alone and labored in order to afford all that comes with having a family. But they will have to regen if they want a life of leisure, and chose to have me when they did, since regens, or clones in general, are sterile, which, despite all the wonders of medical technology, is the one thing that there's no fix for. Suspicious. They could have opted to have me through hystero like all regions do, but my parents are a little old-fashioned for some things.
Creating a life, nurturing it, loving it, cannot be substituted with technology. It is a gift from God, and one that I choose to honor. You'll understand when you're older.
My mom said once, hard pass. Dad leaves the pod every once in a while for work. Mom prefers to ride the wire, but they always make sure at least one of them is home with me. They've been working with a new company for the last year and have both been able to ride the wire here.
We can spend more time together as a family.
My mom and dad were both excited. Call it teen angst, but as much as I love them, I could use a lot less of them. I just feel like I need to get away for a while. I don't know really why or how to explain it. We do have meals together. The rest of the time, they're riding the wire with their caps on, and I don't disturb them. After my lessons, I usually listen to music or try to ride the wire a bit myself, but I love tactile arts. Oil painting is my new thing.
You know, maybe in 100 years your work will wind up in a museum.
Of course, that's how it would play out. Stuck in a pod my entire life, and only after I die does anyone other than my parents take an interest in me or my hobbies. Oh well. He hangs them all over the place. He and Mom always make it an occasion, not a grand spectacle or anything, but they do acknowledge my efforts, which also makes it harder to ask. They're going to want to know why I want to get away. It's not them, it's everything. I hope they don't take it the wrong way. Dinner is usually around 7. We take turns pulling the individual sized tableware and portions from each fabricator. We have 3, each one makes certain things. There's all-in-one units, but you have to pull some serious credit before you can get one of those. On a whim, they might tap for catering, which is always nice. I like the cups and plates from Mass Co. They invented a new material that they call mass, and they use to make literally anything, from bought parts to furniture and clothes. It's even used in some foods. Once you're done with the dishes, you put it all back in the fabricator, and it breaks down the material to be recycled for whatever else you might need. My dad and I used to build exomech warrior models from that stuff. Tonight's my turn to pick, and we're going with my favorite, Mexican enchiladas for me. The conversation began as it always does with some new feed hot off the wire. Midway through dinner, I grew anxious. I don't know why, but something compelled me to do this tonight. I hadn't prepared anything. I don't know why I did that.